Science and Technology Deputy Minister, Dr. Hanekom, joins us now from Cape Town. Deputy Minister, thank you very much for your time this morning. It really is an important study that we're about to embark on, because it's really important in terms of confirming some of the really positive findings that we had with the Caprisa 004 study.
That's right, Iman. It's a very important study because it offers quite significant protection based at least on the findings of the earlier study to young women who are sexually active. It's the one tool that women themselves would have complete control over, and so it could make a difference, obviously combined with many other measures in the fight against HIV/AIDS.
All right, it's going to start, this 24-month trial is going to start at the end of July, early August. Is there room for people to volunteer to become part of the study? How are the test cases, if you will, gathered?
Well, let's just say a word or two about the study, Iman. The earlier study had 700 participants, and it was based in KwaZulu-Natal only, Durban and in the Pietermaritzburg area. And it was really a proof of concept trial, and the results were extremely positive, as we heard last year when these results were made public. This is a much larger trial, and assuming that the results will be positive, and we are very confident, it will have met all of the requirements for the registration and licensing of the product. In this trial, which will be conducted in 7 sites countrywide, 2,200 participants will be recruited. But they will be scattered around the country. They'll be young women. And what will be tested will be this tenofovir gel, but simultaneously it will be tested as a prevention method against HIV infection. But simultaneously, based on the outcome of the earlier trial, it will also be tested as a way of preventing herpes simplex herpes infection amongst the participants.
Deputy Minister, can people volunteer to go on this trial, or have they already been pre-selected?
No, they've not been pre-selected. There will be a process of selection. People do volunteer, of course. What we found in the earlier trial, in which 700 women participated, that there's a great deal of enthusiasm amongst the women, a lot of commitment. So women are not just participating in the trial because it's something that they might get some kind of benefit from, and they do, incidentally, because as they participate in the trial, they're given counseling, they're given free condoms, they're given all sorts of support. But the women, as we've discovered, are deeply committed to assisting in the process of finding a solution to this HIV pandemic.
Okay, let's talk practically, because what this gel will do is really put the power in the hands of women to protect themselves from HIV infection. How is it used?
Well, this is correct. I mean, it's a gel in the first place, so it's not a condom, and it doesn't replace the use of condoms. It's something quite different. There isn't a single measure, and I think that one should stress, in the attempt to prevent HIV infection. There isn't a single measure that is going to be the answer to it, because not everyone will use condoms, and that is the reality. And the other hard reality is that women often find it very difficult to negotiate condom use amongst with their male partners. In this case, the women would have a gel which they would insert just before sex, within 12 hours before sex and 12 hours after sex. Yeah. It's very easy to insert. There's no particular difficulty with it, and it gives women the opportunity to control themselves. They themselves choose whether to use it. If they so choose, the male partner wouldn't even necessarily know that they're using it.
And can pregnant women use it?
Well, I think I know based on the previous trial, pregnant women were taken off the trial. I don't think it poses any particular health risk, but it's designed for women who are not pregnant, who are sexually active.
Do you think in the way it's branded, Deputy Minister, if it is successful and does confirm the earlier findings, you do get to take it to market, it does become a registered product, that you'll use what has been found as a so-called accidental side effect of the product, the sexual pleasure that is associated with the use of the product? Would that be at all part of its packaging to make it more palatable, if you will, or increase the take-up of the use of this product?
Well, that could indeed. Given that there's resistance among some men to condom use, it might well be that this becomes much more palatable, much more attractive. Without going into the detail now, some of the participants in the earlier trial did actually find it something that liked to use, enjoyed using for various reasons.
Yeah, we'll be following the developments in this trial very closely, Deputy Minister. Thanks for your time this morning and explaining it to us. Deputy Science and Technology Minister, Dr. Hanekom.